if you have older clients who aren't tech savvy, they're going to want, like what Ed said, the high touch and, hugging the grandma kind of thing. Although that, that's hard to generalize as well. I mean, my mother-in-law is 89 and I mean, she's all over the Apple products and, the iPad and all that. But, if you have people that are still working, they love it because, it's like, oh, wait, I could sign my estate plan essentially like a DocuSign, and I don't have to take a half day off work, and I don't need to go to attorney's office and figure out traffic and parking and, pull it up on Google Maps. Sign me up. I'm happy.
You guys got me thinking now.
The pandemic was devastating, but I think for our practices, Joe, I mean, my numbers went up like 40% easy, but even the older clients are like, okay, fine, don't do Zoom. Do you have an iPhone? Sure, let's meet by FaceTime. I mean, we were able to do some amazing things and, tell people it's okay to meet remotely. We need to get this thing done. So it was obviously an uncomfortable time, but it was a wonderful time to, the mindset shift of how are we working? How are we going to accomplish this? We have this thing, and I hate to say this over the internet, but because we're in California, we will do what we call drive-by signings, right? We come into the parking lot, stay in there, and we use PPEs, right? Drive by, sign on clipboards, and then drive away. It's like the drive-through window. That's cool. When the client would come in, there was a lot of formalities. We'd have to get them coffee. Not that we don't like to get that, but we were able to accomplish so much by being forward thinking. And, this is just sort of like so many years later. Now, Matthew and I are dealing with, okay, what's on the horizon? Like what are the quicker, faster, cheaper, more efficient ways to work? And one of it, I would argue, is to challenge you and your team and your firm to think about your team, right? What do you want your team in Florida to focus on, Joe? And what do you want a remote team who can do something much more efficiently at a much more efficient and comfortable price point, right?
Yeah, totally. I'm all about efficiency and good God. You guys got me really thinking. Are you both doing estate plans throughout the whole state or generally in your local area?
I'd say throughout the whole state.
Throughout the whole state.
Yeah, because that's what's been our, the whole signings in person has kept us pretty much to our local area here. Yeah. And
it really opens up the marketing. And, I really view the remote online as a competitive advantage because, when you're dealing with, in office signing, and all the problems I mentioned with, the scheduling and driving and parking and traffic and all that, it just really opens all of it up. And, California as a state doesn't have on the books, the statutes, they don't allow remote online notary, which is kind of ironic given that, we're the birthplace of Silicon Valley and all the tech companies. We still haven't figured that out politically or legally. But California, like every other state, has a law that says, if a document is notarized in a different state according to that state's law, it's valid in California.
So how's that work then for you guys? You have to say it was done in Nevada or something like that?
Yeah. So we, and I think you use this service as well. I use a service. It used to be called Notarize. Now it's called Proof.com.
Yeah.
And it's like the DoorDash of notaries, essentially, where, there's a secured platform. You upload the documents. You flag all the signature, like, on DocuSign or on, Zoho Sign. And then they contract with the notaries. And so from the client's perspective, they log in, they take a picture of their driver's license. Once their identity is verified, which takes about 30 seconds, they're admitted to a room like this. And then they just go through and click and sign. Once they're done, we get the documents that we download in PDF format, and that's it.
And it's 24/7, by the way, Joe. So it's even better than DoorDash because it's instantaneous.
Yeah. So your paralegals aren't doing the notarization. It's this service.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, because we do all of the signings. Yeah, we need to stop that shit. I don't know what we're thinking.
Well, yeah.
I think we did. That's what we did too before the pandemic, right, Matthew? I mean,
we did it. We did it that way as well. And I mean, even during the pandemic, I mean, Ed talked about the drive-by signings. We had this would probably be in, July and August of 2020 during the height, where we had a table that we'd put out in the courtyard outside our office, and we'd have on the the masks and the gloves, and we'd wipe everything down with Clorox wipes, before and after, and it worked. But again, just in terms of scaling and efficiency, the online is a game changer.